Hey, I am going to talk today about why we stink when we sweat, sounds very fascinating, huh? And why, why we have body odor, why it can be worse in certain times, why we have bad breath, things like that, and what we can do about it to help decrease it. So, my name is Alyssa Cohen. I am a functional diagnostic health coach. So, I help women who struggle with hormonal imbalance, fatigue, digestive issues, irregular periods, anxiety and depression. I help them get to the root cause of their symptoms and help them regain their energy and have regular periods and happy hormones so they can really live their best, most optimal life. So, like I said today, what I noticed with myself, really what brought this up is I noticed with myself is that, low battery, is that I have, I mean, of course it's summer, so I'm sweating more than normal. And I'm kind of stinky when I sweat. Not horrible, but sometimes I'm like, oh gosh, I feel like I need, some more deodorant or whatever. And especially as my husband tells me, I came inside one day, he's like, you smell like sweat and outside. So I'm like, man, I must be kind of stinky. So, there's a reason for this. The reason is that our skin is a detoxification organ. It's how our body helps get rid of toxins that we take into our body, and it's one of the avenues that our body can get rid of it. So if we aren't treating our bodies well, and if we're exposing our bodies to excess toxins, whether it's environmental chemicals or foods that are not great for us, like eating more sugar than normal, which was definitely the case for me, or 4th of July weekend, drinking more alcohol, which has been the case for me over the last few months probably, eating foods that aren't organic, like pesticides on your foods and things like that. All these things get into our body, and our liver has to figure out how to get rid of them. Our liver is one of our major detoxifying organs also, and our liver takes those chemicals and tries to get them out of the body as fast as possible. And so when our liver becomes overwhelmed and burdened, our skin becomes another way that our body can get rid of toxins. And so when our skin is trying to get rid of toxins, this means that sometimes our sweat can be a little extra stanky, and you notice it, other people notice it. So one of the ways that we can deal with this extra smelliness is, typically I used to go and put on more perfume and things like that, but ultimately perfume is another chemical. So anything that we put on our skin absorbs, and our body has to deal with it. So if it is a chemical of sorts, then our body has to deal with that chemical. In order to deal with the amount of toxins that our body has to process, we want to help reduce the toxins that we're taking into our body, and B, help facilitate the pathways of detoxification so that we can get any toxins in our food out quicker. So the way that we can be exposed to toxins in our environment are our food. So whether we're eating processed food just with preservatives and things like that, we're eating non-organic foods, so foods that have pesticides and things like that on them, chemicals that we're using in our home, so cleaning counters, cleaning toilets, air fresheners, things like that, those all count. Toxins in the air, so you're out in a large city and there's lots of smog and things like that, you're taking in toxins that way. Plastics and things like that around the home, fire retardants and things that we put on our furniture, the ways that they treat your carpets to make them less, I don't know why they treat them, flame retardant, I suppose, something like that. All these chemicals in our environment and food and things like that are the way that we take toxins into our body. The way to get rid of excess toxins is supporting our pathways of detoxification. So liver, skin, lymphatic, kidneys are another detoxification organ. So if we can support these organs and help them work better so we get toxins out faster, that's another way that we can, have less toxins in our body and ultimately be less stinky in the summer. Not less sweaty, but less stinky. So here are some of the things that I use on a daily basis to help with this. I'm gonna reach over here and grab this stuff. What do I do with it? There it is. So I make this cranberry elixir most days, not all days. I don't always keep this stuff on hand. Is cranberry concentrate. So what is this? A 8-ounce jar. So you use like a serving. There's 4 servings in here. So I don't know, a couple tablespoons of cranberry concentrate, 1 to 2 tablespoons of liquid chlorophyll. So these things together, the cranberry is really great at supporting our kidneys. Chlorophyll is really great at supporting our liver. So I add like some bubbly water, like LaCroix, to it, and sometimes sweetener, like some stevia. So it's, I don't know, it can be a little tart, and that's a great way to support your detoxification organs. Milk thistle tea or tincture. I don't have my bottle with me, but a tincture means that it's in a liquid form, so you use a little dropper bottle, drop it into whatever you're drinking. You can just make tea, so if you're gonna brew some tea, you can add a bag of milk thistle in there just to, use a good flavory tea like ginger or whatever, and then add the milk thistle to add the medicinal benefits of it. In the summer, you can definitely do cold tea, so, boil the hot water, pour it over your tea bags, and then put it in the fridge, and you can have it cold. Drinking plenty of water, that's going to help flush our kidneys and help remove those toxins from our body. Reducing the chemical exposure in our home. So for me, that meant just using a lot of essential oils and getting rid of the chemicals that we were using and using essential oils instead. Or there's lots of like natural house cleaning products and things like that out there too. Norwex cloths is another thing that I use to clean that are non-toxic. Using natural skincare products. So I only use essential oils on my skin. I'm working on transitioning my makeup. That's another major one. For lotions and things like that. Lotions and deodorant, actually, I use Fatco. This is this Fatco deodorant. I use their body butter and things like that. It's made from beef tallow, so it's natural, safe. I would eat it. If you can, whatever, if you wouldn't eat it, don't put it on your skin, because whether you eat it and absorb it that way, or you put it on your skin and you absorb it that way, is getting into your system. So if you wouldn't eat it, don't put it on your skin. So Fatco wouldn't taste good, but it's beef tallow and things like that, coconut oil and that sort of thing. And actually I have found that this Fatco doesn't stain my shirts, it doesn't make my armpits itchy, it does help quite a bit with the stankiness. I might have to reapply it later on during the day, but I really like it for a natural deodorant option. And also doing an armpit detox. If you're feeling like you're super smelly, you can do an armpit detox. You make like a face mask essentially for your armpits and put it on your armpits, and it can help pull out toxins so that you don't smell as much, essentially. So all these tools can be found in my I have a cleanse that I've created, and we're starting as a group on July 6th. It's called the Summer Reboot 14-Day Clean Eating Cleanse, and so it's a whole food cleanse. It's an elimination diet, so we get rid of foods that are potentially food sensitivities, so like gluten, dairy, corn, grains, things like that. We do that for a week, and then we slowly add things back in. So we add back in one thing at a time to figure out how your body reacts to that. It's a great process. It's really the gold standard in terms of figuring out what foods do well with you and what foods don't do well with you. And also, while we're doing this cleanse, you're going to learn tons of liver support tools. So all the things I talked about today, you'll get the recipe for the armpit detox that you can use if you're a little extra smelly like I am. And then, things like skin brushing and things like that. There's going to be very specific outlines of how to incorporate these things into your day. So we're supporting the liver and the kidneys and the lymphatic system and the skin and all these things so that we're cleaning up the food we're putting in our body, and B, we're helping our body get rid of toxins that we need to. The great thing is, and why I love to have you participate right now, this is the first time I'm running it, so it's kind of like a little beta test group. It's going to be at a super reduced price. It's $49. It's a 14-day cleanse. I will never run it again at this price, but you're going to get daily emails for support. I'm also creating a ton of videos along the way to give you extra tools, extra handouts, extra support. And so that is why I need your feedback on it to tell me how it works, because there's lots of moving parts. So $49, I'm running it this time around. It starts on July 6th. If you can't start on July 6th, you can absolutely purchase it and then just do it yourself on your own time schedule. That's totally fine too. Find a friend. Accountability and support is always useful when doing something like this. So do it with a friend. Yeah, I'm going to put the link below this video. Now I have the link working finally, because last week I did not have the link working. I'll put it below that video too. But I'd love to have you there. I'm super excited. It's going to be a really fun detox. So, that's all I have today. If you're stinky, apply some of these things. I'm going to go make an armpit cleanse and de-stink my armpits a little bit and stop drinking so much alcohol. So, talk to you next Sunday. I know it's Tuesday. Happy 4th of July. My weekend's all messed up because of the 4th of July, but I'll get back on schedule next week. Talk to you later. Bye.